there's just this one thing that wrecks your weight loss, but there's actually a very simple fix for it. I spent years coaching people and 90% of them were falling into this trap without even realizing it. But once we fixed it, they instantly started dropping fat. And if you've been stuck for a while despite doing everything right, this might be exactly what you've been missing. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what it is, how you can fix it, so you can drop your next 5 kilos without any suffering. But first, I need to be honest with you. Because according to these studies, you are a fucking liar. Not on purpose, but studies show that most people underreport what they eat by 47%. That means if you think you're eating 1,500 calories, you might be eating closer to 2,200. Not only is that wrecking your weight loss, but you could be gaining weight instead. The issue isn't that we're fat cunts, it's that we're doing it without even knowing it. Kind of. I've done all the courses, man. But it was this one trip to McDonald's that hit me with the only fat loss lesson that actually matters. So 2 years ago, I was cutting weight for a jiu-jitsu competition with a girl I was seeing at the time. And we had one cheat day, obviously McDonald's. And before ordering, I asked her twice, "Do you want fries?" She said no. I was right about to bite into my McChicken. She started taking my fries. So I said, "Okay, wait, I'm giving you 100 calories worth." We Google it, it's about 30 grams. We weighed it and busted into tears. What the fuck is this? Shortly after that McDonald's meltdown, we went full psycho. We started weighing everything. I weighed peanut butter, which is my mom's favorite snack, and I showed it to her. That was the last day she called me son. We have no idea what 100 calories actually looks like. And ignoring that alone is going to wreck everything you're working for. You'll bust your ass off in the gym, burn 400 calories in an hour, and undo it in 15 seconds with just a handful of nuts. But here's the upside, because once you start seeing it, you can't unsee it. You finally understand why the weight isn't moving. And after a while, you don't even need to track it anymore. You start recognizing these high calorie traps and your brain starts picking better options without even thinking about it. Like swapping nuts for air popped popcorn. And the first time I weighed that popcorn, I cried. But this time, tears of joy, because that shit was beautiful. And even when you crave something sweet, you know that ice cream is about 500 calories, but a Snickers bar, which is 250, can still get the party going, man. It can keep you happy without really exceeding your calorie budget. If anything I'm saying already feels like it's helping, I guarantee I can help you lose 4.2 kilos in the next month. Just let me email you the exact process, and if you don't lose that, take my ass. Everyone thinks fat loss is all about willpower. But what if it's just about bad spending habits? A few years ago, I went on a date. We grabbed frozen yogurt at the mall. Things were actually going quite well. We were laughing, vibing. She even said, this is nice. Then it came time for the bill. Me being the gentleman, I said, "I'll handle this." "Sir, your card has been declined due to insufficient funds." And ever since, I never went to that mall again, and neither have I eaten frozen yogurt. I thought I had money. It turns out I was just spending left, right, and center on stupid ass shit. So I downloaded this budget app and then I tracked every penny. I saved so much money. I even bought myself an authentic Spider-Man costume. And that's when it clicked. Calories are just like money. When we shop or we eat out, we want to know what things cost. So why don't we do the same with our food? Because if you don't know the calorie cost, you are going to overspend, my friend, and you're going to end up with a lot of debt, which is body fat. The last restaurant I went to, they sold me a Coke for $15. I got robbed there. And just like that, we get robbed all the time because we have no clue what our food is costing us in calories. So here's how you fix it. You need to know the exact calorie prices of the foods you're eating, and then you have to start managing it like a weekly budget. Some days you'll be spending more. On the weekends, we're all fat cunts. So on the other days, you need to spend less. And just like shopping, some foods are like Black Friday deals. Take your protein and fiber. They are budget friendly, high return meals, low in calories, super filling, and they keep you running without blowing through your daily budget. In my 10% body fat blueprint, I laid out a full list of the best high fiber and protein foods you can eat, ones that will keep you full, satisfied, and actually make dieting not feel like garbage. Once you start thinking in this whole calorie currency, you stop overspending and you finally get lean. Now, even after tracking everything, hitting your steps, managing your budget, fat loss can still feel painfully slow. Why? Because there's something small, something sneaky It's silently wrecking your progress. Let me explain. Last month, I went to church on a Tuesday morning. It was peaceful. I thought, let me start my day on a holy note. As I'm leaving, the birds are singing, the sun is shining. I shat my pants. I trusted a fart that turned out to be a full-blown betrayal. What I thought was a harmless little fart absolutely destroyed me. And fat loss works the exact same way. It's not always the big stuff, it's the tiny, sneaky things that fuck you over the most. I call them hidden ninja calories. So what happens is you track the chicken breast. Amazing, but you forget the olive oil you cooked in, and that's a 200 calorie ghost right there. Same with sauces. You think it's a little dip of mayo, a little dressing, but that little splash, hundreds of calories. So don't let these sneaky little bastards rob you from your progress. Look, I hate counting calories. I felt like a jackass when I did it. Our ancestors were out hunting, conquering the world, and I'm here weighing beans on a scale. That 1 month of tracking, that can revolutionize your fat loss forever. So treat your calories like cash and your mouth like an airport security check if you need to. And I guarantee you, you will be losing fat effortlessly. And if you want to lose those extra 4.2 kilos and start seeing your abs, sign up below. All right, at this point, you're on the right path. But there's nothing worse than losing that weight and ending up skinny fat. So in this next video, I'll show you the exact system I use to get jacked while training just 3 times a week. And all you have to do is copy that.